Hi there, students. Sting, a sting, or a sting operation. Well, I think the most basic meaning of a sting is a con, a scam, something to trick somebody, normally to trick somebody out of their money. And if you just use the word a sting on its own, it might be criminals trying to scam a person, or it could be the police in an undercover operation to con or sting the criminals and arrest them. Now, I don't know if you remember, but there was a film called The Sting with Paul Newman. Da, 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 da. And this was about two con men who wanted to con a mob boss, and this was a sting. However, if you use the phrase a sting operation, this is very clearly the police or law enforcement trying to catch a person attempting to commit a crime. This is deception. A typical sting you'll have a policeman who is undercover, and they will be either the partner in crime to the person who's going to be stung, or a potential victim, and they will go along with the with it. So for example, you get these phone calls from people who are trying to sting you. Well, a sting operation would be when you're working with the police and you answer the call, and you start to go through the sting that this con man or con person is trying to trick you with, and collecting details about them, and like that the police can then arrest this person. Journalists very often use sting operations to record video or sound of criminal activity. Sting operations from the media of politicians taking bribes. And sting operations, they happen in many countries, although in Sweden they're not allowed, and in some other countries there are different laws about it. So, for example, in the US, there's a car that they use in various places, which is there for car thieves to try to steal, and it's there to catch adolescent car thieves. And this bait car, they're not going to be able to move it, and they're going to end up trapped inside it. And this is one type of sting operation. Or setting up fake websites, trying to get hackers or pedophiles to connect to them. Or an undercover policeman wearing a luxury watch to pose as a potential victim. Okay, so there are lots and lots of sting operations. It's where the police run an undercover operation to gain evidence on criminal activity. In reality, they were working with the FBI, and the sting operation led to dozens of arrests. Okay, so a sting operation, this is where law enforcement are trying to arrest someone by pretending to be their victim, or to pretending to be in league with them. It's some sort of covert undercover operation. Most of the suppliers accused in the sting operation have pleaded guilty to fraud. A media sting operation caught several senior government representatives taking bribes from arm dealers. Um, Now, with sting operations, you need to be careful that this doesn't become entrapment. Let's see, entrapment is where the police or they induce somebody to commit a crime that they wouldn't have otherwise committed. Um, for a sting operation to be reasonable, it's it, it, it um it needs to be a crime that the criminal would have committed anyway. But if you induce somebody to commit a crime that they wouldn't have otherwise committed, that is entrapment. Okay, so the police need to be careful with entrapment. Yes, if you so, and there's clearly a difference between the two. So a sting, it's an undercover operation, um, and it's creating an opportunity for a habitual criminal to commit his habitual crime. And the goal is to observe the suspect and to gather evidence for prosecution. And very often there are sting operations with drug deals, with theft, with people asking for money online, people tricking people. Um, and yes, well, and there is always this question of entrapment. So anyway, a sting operation, a sting. What am I going to give it in formality? I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 in formality. I think perhaps use it anywhere except for something very formal. So a sting operation. Bye for now.